Before we part ways, I just want to say to all my supporters, I fucking love y'all to death. To all my fans, I love y'all to death. And I just want to let y'all know y'all not just fans, y'all my fucking family. Period.
Hello and welcome to the first episode of the WrldCast podcast, which is hosted by World Kenji, Bex World, DHZ World 999, Cupid World, Misery World, and It's Our World. They'll all be tagged in the description below. Go follow them, cool people. We've created this podcast as a way to bring the Juice WRLD community closer together to talk about current affairs, latest Juice WRLD news, and all things Juice WRLD in general. If you're part of the community, you'll know that recently there's been divisions between us, and the aim of this podcast is to repair the damage and spread the true message of 999, which is what Juice WRLD would have wanted. On this episode, we're going to cover how we each individually found out about Juice WRLD, what impact he had on our lives, our thoughts on his 4 hit albums, Juice WRLD's potential, and our favourite memories of him and concerts we've been to. So let's get into it. How did everybody find out about Juice WRLD?
So I think it was 2017, 2018 summer, and it was on my recommended YouTube videos, and it was the Lucid Dreams music video. And I just remember watching and listening to a music video, and I just loved his music, and I've been listening ever since. But fun fact about when I showed my mum and dad the music video, they called Juice WRLD a snake, which is great.
Why a snake?
You know that bit where he pops his head out the floor?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. It's a bit of a boring answer, to be fair. It's quite similar. Someone in my class decided, because we used to do PE, right, and people could put music on. Someone decided to put Lucid Dreams on, and it was a really good song, so I just started listening to him through that.
So I found out about Juice WRLD. Have you guys heard Lil Sky's Fake?
Yeah, I've heard of Lil Skies, yeah.
Yeah, it's like not released. I was just doing it on SoundCloud. And then Autograph came up after that one. And then obviously really liked Autograph. So then I went on YouTube, typed in Juice WRLD, I found Lucid Dreams, and then haven't really stopped listening to him since.
Yeah, for me, I can't even pinpoint a moment where I started listening to him. I mean, of course, the first song that, hit me was Lucid Dreams, but I can't really recall a time that I didn't listen to Juice WRLD. It's really been a minute.
Like for me, it was pretty much I saw it on my friend's Instagram story. He started singing it, and then I just asked him what was that song, because I really liked it, and then happened to be Lucid Dreams.
Seems to all be Lucid Dreams, pretty much.
Seriously though, I don't go a single day without listening to Juice WRLD. I can't. I'm addicted to his music.
Yeah, same. Especially with the leaks and everything.
Right. So, what impact has he had on our lives, guys?
Just like the fact that every day we listen to him, and like the fact that we're all part of this community together, and it's all just like one big family, if you know what I mean. And it's just, and like just listening to his music on the daily as well, like that's a big impact, because I never listened to an artist as much as I do Juice. It's like an everyday listen.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Like I couldn't stop listening to Juice. Like even after his death, I still listen to him 24/7 pretty much.
I'm exactly the same. Like if somebody said to me, do you want to just listen to other artists but never listen to Juice again, or just listen to Juice but never anyone else? I'd have to pick Juice, because his music is that important to me, and it's so addictive for me. But it also, my whole life I've suffered with a lot of mental health issues, anxiety, depression, all like that. And his music, it's just something I could relate with, and it really helped me with my coping with the issues, especially now during the pandemic, because those the things I used to use for coping were going to football matches, stuff like that, but obviously you can't go. So now whenever I just feel stressed, I just put some music on Juice. It just helps so much.
How did everybody find out about his death? How did you guys find out?
Oh, that was horrible. That day was horrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing it on Rap. You know, that Instagram
Yeah.
profile. Yeah, and it's always that one picture with that yellow
That one
coat.
picture. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Juice WRLD suffers a seizure at a Chicago airport. So the initial headline didn't exactly indicate that he'd passed away. So it was only, overnight, as developments were made and announcements were made, that we knew that he was dead. At first it was just theory. I remember just feeling like heartbroken, like how can someone with so much potential, someone who deserves to live so much, like be taken from us so quickly, and like to know how much, as we've all just said, how much we depend on him and how he affects us, to have that taken away, like it was massive for the community, for sure.
Like, I remember going into school, I think it was the day after, and I remember pretty much everybody in school was just talking about it, and it was being pretty much brung up in every conversation, and it was a big thing. It wasn't just for like, us and all that. Like there was so many people who listened to him.
Have you guys seen that the video where they were playing Juice WRLD in the toilets?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was literally what our school was like.
Yeah.
Literally, like we had PE like the next day. Like massive speakers, we were all playing it. It's crazy.
Like, speaking of like his death, obviously, sometimes, right, with his music, because he lives on so much in his music, I'll forget what actually happened, and then like some night or something, I'll just be listening to, I don't know, Righteous, and then it just sets in that he's gone, and it's just like, it's horrible.
Yeah, that is true. Like, it does feel like, I mean, I think it was Ali who used this term, that Juice used his music as a journal, in the sense that he is able to communicate with us, like, directly how he's feeling. That I think that's why people feel so like emotionally attached to him, is because of the way that we're able to relate to him, because he's so open. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing how open he is, because a lot in the past, a lot of people weren't open about this kind of thing, and it's important that we are, because if we're not open about these kind of issues, then people die from it. Obviously, even like what happened to Juice. But like, I know what happened to Juice, but he's like, with his music, he's saved the lives of so many people who were going through those issues by speaking about them.
I know someone who he did pretty much save, because if I didn't introduce them to his music, I'm pretty sure something would have happened. Because they like thank me for introducing them to his music and how they help him get by day to day and all that. He just has a big impact on everybody's life. Like the people, everybody who listens to this, you just feel something. It's hard to explain the feeling that you get when listening to his music. Like the first time when Righteous released, I got like goosebumps and all that. Just, I think it was the realization that he was gone, if you know what I mean, and the fact that we hadn't heard anything about him for quite a long time.
Yeah, I remember, as I was saying to you yesterday, everyone remembers how they felt when they heard Righteous for the first time. Like that is an overwhelming song, and I don't think there's a Juice fan in the community who can hand on heart say that song doesn't impact them, because it's so raw and so open. Like, it's beautiful. It's like beautiful but tragic at the same time,
I listen to that song every day, because to me it's just like the song. It's just one of those songs that once you hear it, it just sticks with you. I can't forget about it.
And it's stuck in your head and everything.
I want that song played at my funeral.
So we're gonna have to move on now to the next topic, which is our thoughts on his albums. The 4 albums we will be talking about is World on Drugs, Goodbye and Good Riddance, Death Race for Love, and Legends Never Die. So we each want to take it in turns to give.
Let's get into a debate this.
Your top 4. Let's start with Ryan, please.
Sorry, I've just got to state this before. World on Drugs is proper slept on. most of my favourite songs are on World on Drugs. Like
100% agree.
Like it's well slept on. I think it's because
Really?
first came out when he was starting to blow up. I think that's why it slept on a bit, because it isn't like it was his debut album.
Yeah,
It was
but
just
you
kind
also
of,
have to think, like, you don't often see many up-and-coming artists getting a feature album with someone as, you know, as big as Future. Like,
yeah.
that isn't talked about enough.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
he-
because if you look at Ootla Lucy Vert, he only got his album with Future last year. Well, Juice just comes in, he gets it like after like one album. That's crazy. Something massive.
Like, I saw something a few weeks back. Like, the amount of artists that tried to get a song with Juice was incredible. I think there was like a list of 200 artists who actually tried to get a song with Juice, and that's like mainstream artists.
Yeah, well, if you look at I think it's a Go music video, Juice says to Leroy that he's giving him a $200,000 gift by giving him a verse.
I mean, if I got that for my birthday, I don't even know how I'd react.
Yeah, did you hear that Bibby is making people pay like £1 million to
Yeah, that's
be
stupid.
able
That's
to release their
yeah,
song with Juice WRLD?
stupid.
That's appalling. That like I'm not like it kind of makes sense. Some things now, like how Scheme on his album, like Book 50 were missing. At first, I was a bit confused why, but now it makes complete sense. Charging £1 million for that song, what? The
That's
fuck?
just unnecessary.
Did Scheme even pay £1 million just to get Buck 50 out?
I hope not.
doubt it, because
Someone tweeted under my tweet about it that Scheme had to waive any rights to the music and to the money made off the music in order for it to be released.
Sorry,
So,
but that's
Jared's
really
best friend didn't make any money.
Yeah,
off
that's
his music.
messed up right there.
bad. And Juice, like, Scheme was the one who should have made any money off of that song.
yeah, true.
Exactly. Like, what did the label need £1 million for? Juice WRLD
There's one
is passed away. It's not like he needs the money.
Like if there's one person who should make money off of that song, it's Scheme because he made the beat for it. He helped make the song. What did the other people do? Absolutely nothing.
It's
Exactly.
just a cash grab, pretty much.
Yeah, that's why the Chainsmokers songs with Juice WRLD haven't released. 'Cause,
So,
you know,
top 4 albums, please.
World on Drugs, definitely.
Death Race
And
for
your
Love, I think.
second one.
Goodbye and Good Riddance.
And then,
Third.
yeah.
It's a hard choice because Legends Never Die was just. I loved it at the start when I first heard it and all that, but I kind of like prefer other albums after. So I listen to Death Race for Love more than I do Legends Never Die now. So I'd
Yeah.
probably say Death Race for Love for third.
Well, for me, it would be Death Race for Love as my top choice because I'm an Ali simp. I love all the love songs about Ali. I love how happy he was in that music. Second would be Goodbye and Good Riddance for obvious reasons, full of absolute bangers. Then it's going to be Legends Never Die because it's beautiful, but I would have preferred less about his death on that album, more about his legacy and how he will live on. And then fourth, World on Drugs for me because I don't think it showed Jared's full range of what he's capable of. In terms of how he can perform on all different types of songs, but on World on Drugs they seem to be like all, very similar in Future style of music.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you 100%. I just think if Bibby didn't lie and say there's going to be no leak, I think it was Bibby. I can't remember. It was someone said there was going to be no leaks on Legends Never Die. And then if he
I think he said that for Outsiders. I think it was for
Outsiders.
Outsiders. Yeah.
someone said that there would be no leaks for Legends Never Die.
And I would say for my first one, it's Goodbye and Good Riddance. Because, yeah, as Beck said, it had so many bangers. And then it has a lot of relatable music. For my second, I really enjoyed World on Drugs when it came out. Like, I have some of my top 3 songs on there. And then third is Death Race for Love. And then last is Legends Never Die. Because, I don't know, I didn't really enjoy listening to Juice talk about a lot of the things all the time. Kind of made me feel like really bad. So yeah.
So for me personally, my favourite Juice album is actually Death Race for Love, and the reason I love that album so much is because it's a very versatile album. Like it's got sad songs like Robbery. Robbery, one of my favourite songs on the album when I first heard it, obviously, because that's one of his most popular mainstream songs.
Robberies, yeah, top 5.
Yeah, but like the album is so versatile because it has songs like Robbery, then it's got sad songs like Who Shot Cupid, but then it's got great love songs like Won't Let Go is such a good song. Oh, like this, I'm trying to even think.
Won't Let Go, Desire.
Desire is so
Bee's
slept
Knees.
on.
Flaws and Sins.
Flaws and Sins is so good.
That's
I'm
fair.
starting to think at the minute might be my favourite song on the album. That song's so underrated. And then it's a bit my second favourite album, which it's quite a controversial take. This is actually Legends Never Die, and that's because I know, like, individually the story, it doesn't tell much of a story and not got much of a theme, but the individual songs on that album are absolutely amazing. Like Righteous is on it, which I know was originally released as a single, but it's still on it. Then you've got Wishing Well, that's an amazing song.
Mhm.
You've got Blood on My Jeans, they're all just amazing songs. Then my third favourite album would probably be Goodbye and Good Riddance. I love that album. It's obviously got like I've got good memories of that album. I love the it's got I don't think that album has a single miss on it. Goodbye and Good Riddance. Nah, but my personal favourite song on that album would be Used To. I love that song so much, but I don't really get talked about that much.
Used to so far.
Yeah. My least favourite, just like out of the 4, I still love the album, is World on Drugs, and that's just because, like Bex said, it's quite like repetitive. A lot of the songs sound very similar, like Future style of music, and it's very good. But there's a few songs on there that I don't really listen to. But then at the same time, there's some absolute bangers on there, like the title track, Fine China, Hard Work Pays Off. They're all amazing songs. But like, if I had to grade the albums overall, that would probably be my least favourite.
Okay, have we all done the top 4 now?
Well, all I'd want to say, right, is it's hard to pick put them in order, because like I was still like kind of like half between putting World on Drugs first and Goodbye and Good Riddance, because like I've found myself, this is just more of recent of listening to World on Drugs more than any other album, and there's just so many songs that I enjoy listening to, and it also gives a positive vibe as well.
We're now going to speak on how big do we think Juice could have gotten if he had 5 more years, and do you think he would have been one of the most influential artists ever? Can we start with Ryan again, please?
Definitely, because like you're hearing like with Legends Never Die, it done like 450,000 streams first week. And I know that could possibly be because of his death and then more people find out about him and listen to his music. But within them 5 years, so much more could happen. He could have features with so many more different style of artists. He could experiment with so much like different genres of music, and there's just so much that he had would have had in that 5 years that I could see him being as big as like Ariana Grande and all that, like just being right up there. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. I think that too.
100.
Like, when you look at some of the features that he had that we didn't know about, like being through this with Miley Cyrus, you know, that if that song was released, I could hand on heart say that would go to number 1. Like, people would eat that up. His range, his versatility, his ability to communicate with his fans is something that no other artist has or probably will ever have ever again. So I think in 5 years, it really would have been Juice's world, you know, not to be cliche, but
100%.
he would have taken
agree.
over.
Completely.
I mean-
Also, in the vault, like leaks, like I get quite frustrated when I see people on like particularly hip hop Twitter like Juice WRLD is just a sad rapper. Like
He's not though.
This exactly, but like especially when you look at the lyrics, these songs like Rental, Spanglish, all these kind of songs, they're absolutely amazing. And if they came out, they'd just be going up and up because
100%. I think a
Yeah.
Juice WRLD rock album would be better than Machine Gun Kelly and a better than, well, Trippie's Red wasn't really rock, it was more like metal, but I think it would be,
all the time.
yeah, Tickets to My Downfall. I think Juice WRLD could have made a better rock album than
Juice
that.
could have linked up with some of the modern, rock legends like Ozzy Osbourne. He always
100%.
would speak about
Yeah.
people in that sort of genre. So imagine if he would have been able to make a link between our parents' era and his era. Like, that would have been insane.
Definitely. Well, speaking of Ozzy Osbourne, I was listening yesterday to Post Malone's got a song with him, and I think that Juice could definitely have done something like that. It would have been brilliant. It's just like, I think that Travis Barker, who was the drummer of Blink-182, which Juice was a massive fan of, like he said himself. He's obviously worked with Machine Gun Kelly, he's worked with Trippie Redd, and I have a feel Annie and Dior, and I have a massive feeling that if Juice was alive, 100% he would have worked with him, and I think
100%.
Juice would have done amazing on that kind of album.
It made it so easy for him to like make different songs. He just flowed on every single beat possible and sounded so easy.
Like, what other
I don't think there's a
artist
rapper out there with his versatility.
What other artist has this many unreleased songs with the catalogue he has with different genres and different artists and all that? I've never seen anything like it. When I first said this to my parents and I showed them like interviews of, I remember when Bibby said that they've got like 4,000 songs or something. I think something like that, and they just didn't believe it because I don't even think there's any other artist out there that's even got that many unreleased songs, especially that Juice must have had that within 3 years.
Especially with 5 years, if he was still alive, I think his potential would have gone on the roof for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely. I see him as like. It's very controversial, but like the Eminem of our days, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone share your favourite memories or concerts you've been to, and obviously I know some of you haven't had the opportunity to do that, so we can also discuss our favourite freestyles, music videos, anything like that. For me, I saw Juice WRLD in 2019 at Leeds Festival. It was absolutely incredible. The vibes, immaculate. I wasn't as into him then as I am now, unfortunately. I should have cherished that more, but hindsight is 2020. My favourite freestyle is the Campfire freestyle or the Tim Westwood Eminem beats.
Yeah, that definitely showed his talent. That Tim Westwood freestyle, because like even Eminem said like he couldn't even do that. The fact that Juice WRLD could freestyle for an hour straight, like
exactly. Do you know Smoke Purp? He had the audacity to start saying that he mocked Juice WRLD on the freestyle. Oh, like seriously, man! You just started moaning for half an hour, and you're telling us that that's freestyle.
Have you guys seen the Object freestyle?
I actually haven't. I need to. But the thing with Juice is what a lot of people don't realize is pretty much Death Race for Love and After. Pretty much every song he's recorded is a freestyle.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Death Race for Love. I'm pretty sure it was. He tweeted out. I remember the tweet. Can't remember when it was, but he said that he freestyled the whole album.
Yeah, I also saw an old tweet that he wrote saying that sometimes he'll tweet lyrics that he hasn't even written yet. So he'll just think of like a little phrase, he'll tweet it out, and then go use that in a song. That was the closest he ever like came to really writing down things on paper.
But like, who could freestyle like him?
Like that's what I mean.
Insane.
This is why he is the artist of our generation, and why so many people are just in awe of him. Like it's not normal to be able to freestyle like that.
It was way too easy for him.
I look at artists, like there's some artists that I listen to and I think, oh yeah, like for example, Future. I think, who else have we got? We've got Young Thug, who's equal to him in my opinion anyway. But like with Juice, I can't see anybody who does what he does or like has like so many different genres, so versatile, could freestyle. Like, there's nobody like him.
There just isn't.
We are going to have to round it up for today because we're running out of time. But I just want to, let everyone know that next week we are going to be discussing leaks and how they affect what songs we get on future albums, such as Outsiders. We're going to be discussing the Bibby, Scheme and Googly situation, the morality of, buying a dead artist songs and leaking them on the internet. Can that be justified? And also we're going to have Matt World from Twitter as our guest feature next week. So make sure to keep a lookout for that.
Thanks for listening to and supporting our first episode. Make sure to follow WrldCast on Twitter, turn notifications on and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Peace out.
Bye.
Till next time.